perform in the gym, you obviously need to have a healthy, injury-free body, but it's just as important to have a healthy mind. So in this one, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I do outside of the gym to help me in the gym. I use the gym for around 90 minutes a day, 5 days a week. I then maybe have another hour each day taking my walk and doing some stretching. Many people find that if they do some exercise, it can help significantly with reducing stress levels, which is one of the reasons I try and maintain my regular sessions. But what would we be doing with the other 21 and a half hours in a day to optimise a healthy body-mind philosophy? The most important part of what is left in our day is sleep. I aim to get around 7.5 to 8 hours sleep a day. I don't use an accurate tracker for this, but using the data from my Apple Watch, I usually find that I meet this goal. To help with making sure I get my sleep, I try and cut out looking at social media and the news feeds on my phone late at night, and making sure that the night shift mode is set on all of my devices, so if I do need to look at them, the blue light is replaced with a warmer tone, ensuring that the sleep hormone melatonin is not affected too much. I always wind down with low lights in the room after dinner while watching some TV, doing a little stretching to get rid of any knots and loosen my body. Then I have a red bedside lamp while reading for 30 minutes in bed. We always choose an entertaining pre-bed TV choice and never the news, most of which is negative and induces stress and anxiety. The next largest proportion of the day is work, the grind, the 9 to 5. You may think that this has absolutely nothing to do with what you do in the gym, but you'd be wrong. Stress has a huge impact on motivation and can even stop you from hitting the gym altogether if you feel guilty for spending time on yourself rather than working. As one of Stephen Covey's 7 habits of highly effective people, sharpen the saw. Stress can also hinder the recovery and play a part in injury, as well as playing havoc on your cortisol, which may then have the double whammy effect of further affecting good sleep. To keep my stress levels in check, I meditate and I do breathing exercises, as I've mentioned before, from the Wim Hof as regularly as I can. I do these during my morning break from work. So now we have about 5 hours left in the day, and that is split in between winding down, spending time with the family, which I find super comforting, and of course eating. Chatting at the end of the day with everyone, thrashing out all of our problems we've encountered during the workday and keep us from dwelling on them in silence seems to be a great help to my family's mental health. Fueling our bodies, the last piece of the jigsaw. What we put into our mouth has a massive effect on how we feel, how we perform, and how alert we can be throughout the day. I've cut back to 1 or 2 mugs of coffee a day, and both of these will be drunk before lunchtime. There's some benefits of drinking coffee for the stimulants it provides, but these can be a double-edged sword if too much is consumed, especially later in the day when it will affect the quantity and the quality of your sleep. The half-life of coffee in blood is around 5 hours, which is why having a coffee anytime after 3 p.m. isn't a great idea. We very rarely drink alcohol these days too. Alcohol has a stimulant property and creates an initial dopamine release, but is followed by a depressant effect, slowing us down and lowering our blood pressure and making us feel sleepy. This, however, often leads to a very poor quality of sleep. Eating the right things throughout the day prevents you from feeling sluggish, as does keeping hydrated, all of which gives you the motivation to get the training done and combines to ensure you can make the very most of your day. Splitting the fuel intake into smaller meals throughout the day will ensure that the consumption of those calories isn't too much at any one sitting, which may lead to tiredness and the mid-afternoon slump. It also allows the distribution of the protein intake throughout the day, helping with protein synthesis. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know any tips you have about keeping your mind and body in check below the like button.